Welcome to Behaviour Technology High School, Head Start to High School, Session 1. This is where we talk about a shared vision for high school, but also the introduction of what Head Start to High School is about. For our kids, this is an important time for them because they want to start high school feeling confident and having that connection with the school. Traditionally, this program has been run here at school, but this year it is virtual completely. But it doesn't stop our students engaging in the activities and making those important connections that leads to that confidence and connection. It's a great way to learn about the school, meet with other people and develop new friendships and understand the expectations of high school. And within that, look at reducing or removing those myths that sit around moving from one school to another. Likewise, for our parents, building that connection and partnership with the high school is critical towards the success of those children entering. Our Year 6s are nervous, but so are many of our parents who have memories of what high school might be like and different stories of what they hear. But certainly for parents to really understand that high school, get inside the doors of Behaviour, even virtually, make connections with staff and other families is critical to getting that confidence needed to support your children. Some years ago, we developed an emblem with a motto, Inspire, Learn, Succeed. It was put together to capture our philosophy and our approach towards learning and relationships here at Behaviour Technology High School. It's about developing that strong learning culture, having behaviour and activities that are underpinned by respectful relationships, and all driven around a well-organised and quality curriculum. For our students, to motivate and engage them in learning is the very first step. School has got to be more than a place they are told to go to during the day. They need to look forward to school and look forward to the sort of activities they'll get into. So inspiring our kids to learn, inspiring them to engage in what their school has to offer, and certainly that learning as well. Opportunities to engage in learning that is relevant and purposeful and exciting. And it needs to reflect the needs of our current generation of learners. They are different. They are a social bunch. They do bounce off each other really well, but they are also sponges of information, and prepared and developed in the right ways engages them to get into some quality learning underpinned by quality teaching programs. We need to teach these kids these capabilities, those soft skills that will assist them in lifelong learning and certainly in the world of work where they'll venture off to one day. Succeed. And that success is measured in different ways. And for all of our students, they do have different aspirations. And some of our kids, even in Year 12, are not quite sure where they want to go yet. And it's our job to help them get there, wherever that may be. So for success, it means success in the short term, success in terms of getting their assignments done, making friends, enjoying the activities that we have available. But ultimately, that success is getting them off to a pathway that matches their potential. If it's university, where most of our students go to, well, that's the direction we need to support our kids in. For many others, they are interested in employment and certainly trades, and that is equally just as important to prepare our kids for as they move through high school. We do have a strong learning culture and an environment where teachers and students work very well together, underpinned by quality teaching and learning programs. Our kids need to enjoy the blend of technology and the teaching and learning available to them. Self-regulated organisation for learning. This is where our kids learn how to learn. And in Years 7 and 8 in particular, we have a learning skills program where we can develop those skills the kids need to get off to a good start with high school. But that organisation is much more than developing a study plan. That organisation is taking ownership to their development, to understanding their purpose and putting together all those skills that will lead to success ultimately. We have a strong focus on academic success. This is a picture of our Year 12s completing one of their trial examinations. And Ultimately, all of our kids are heading on that pathway. There are people in that picture who have already landed a trade for next year and others who are heading off to university. But this journey through high school is for everyone. And that academic success is about taking control of their learning and working with teachers and other students to develop the right approach and, of course, experience that success along the way. We are lucky here. We have very strong literacy and numeracy programs starting from year 7 that supports our kids throughout high school. Literacy is taught across the curriculum in every subject. And it's these skills of literacy and numeracy that support our students all the way through their highest school certificate. Equally, our staff must continue to be on that learning journey as well. Lifelong learning is critical for everyone. And as the changing nature of society and the changing nature of requirements move along, so does the learning that teachers need to undertake. And it's that learning that has really driven some programs here in development here. Our staff work very well together, very eager to do better for our children and very quickly get on board with new programs supported by quality professional learning. The department has a strategic wellbeing framework, and it's built around these 5 areas of cognitive, emotional, social, physical, and spiritual. The cognitive is around those learning experience and quality learning programs. The emotional is making sure that our kids develop those self-awareness skills and their ability to cope under different situations, not just the social, emotional type situations, but also the stresses of school and how they self-regulate. Social and positive relationships enable that connectedness at school, and the physical is about making sure our kids feel safe and healthy, and certainly this is a very warm, safe and healthy school. Spiritual is really about having purpose and meaning, and that comes back to developing that self-regulated approach, because if they know where they want to head or know they want something in life, they know they want something in year 7, having that sense of meaning and purpose really drives that engagement and motivation. We are what we call a PBL school, Positive Behaviour for Learning. In some respects, we're a school without rules, but we have a lot of expectations that surround social responsible behaviours. Our kids from year 6 will learn about being a safe, respectful and successful learner. The philosophy behind Positive Behaviour for Learning is that we explicitly teach those behaviours that enable kids to get on with each other, be able to take control of their learning and control of their emotions. It's not about punishments and punitive approaches. It's about taking the time to explicitly teach, as we do as parents, by the way. We intervene on things that go wrong, but work with our children to develop an understanding of what they need to do better. Positive Behaviour for Learning is ensured that this school is a very calm school. Our school enjoys quite a number of different student leadership activities. And this is a picture of our SLA over at Cronulla at the end of last year, enjoying their leadership day. And they're finishing off a challenge there with all their sad faces as part of this pose. But our student leadership assembly is made up of students across 7 to 11. We have prefect groups. We have a number of other groups that take an active role to ensure that their school and the programs in that school are driven by student voice. The role of this group in particular is to encourage other students to get involved. So the activities that they form are not for them to run. The activities that these guys form are there for other students to take a lead on as well and contribute in a very active way. There are a host of extracurricular programs offered to our students here at school, certainly music, drama and dance under the performing arts, and we're not a huge school, so with that, every student who really wants to get involved will have the opportunity to get involved. And that's pretty important, because if kids want to explore some of those talents, then they should have the opportunity to do so. But those extracurricular activities go far beyond the performing arts, and there's certainly a whole host of technology, environment, and other competition type representative opportunities that our kids have. Getting involved actively in these opportunities bridges greater connections with kids across year groups and certainly with their school and their own self-determination. Our teachers have worked hard to bring together quality teaching and learning programs that map to all the new syllabuses put out by NESA. Certainly, it's not just the program, certainly the lessons are supported by scope and sequences to make sure that the skills and experiences kids should have across the year are delivered. But assessment tasks are clearly mapped and have meaning to what the kids do in class and with their homework. It's all integrated and it moves along with the homework that's set online and the work that's done in class throughout the year. Engaging our kids as collaborative learners is one of the focus this school has undertaken over these many years. They are a different generation. They have an expectation of instant with everything. With that, we need to make sure that the experiences at school are on the cutting edge for them all the time. They will be the biggest critic of technology because they have expectations of that instant quality that should be there. So this school provides it to them. So the technology centres through to the learning spaces and the technologies available to them keeps them engaged and on the edge of current innovative technologies. With that, our quality curriculum is supported by our Connect to Learn program. And this is where students bring along with them their own contemporary devices to assist in their learning. For most of them, this might be a laptop. It could be a Mac or a PC. It really doesn't matter. Some use iPads, and certainly the mobile phones have a real source of value towards learning. And at this school, we do not ban the mobile phone, but rather teach kids the quality way to use it in the classroom as part of their learning. Again, it's one of those philosophies under positive behaviour for learning where we're teaching those correct behaviours on how we respond and use devices. The quality curriculum is also supported by quality technology facilities. And we're a dual platform school. That is a combination of both Macs and PC, all integrated into our one network with a single login. Our students will enjoy the technology centre, but also all the technology facilities over there in the TAS area, but also up in the library. All students are equipped and all classes are equipped to be able to take on the more specialised technology across the curriculum where they need to.